Hello, Jessica Martin here with Martin Management, your patient anxiety expert. I have the pleasure of introducing you to Christine Bahu today. Christine is the agency owner of SmileMore Marketing. She has helped over 100 dentists bring new patients into their offices through traditional and digital marketing strategies. Her creation of the SmileMore Dental Savings Plan has enabled independent dentists to provide quality care for thousands of uninsured patients throughout the country. She has spent over a decade managing the day to day operations of her husband's general dentistry practice as well. Christine has brought her 30,000 plus hours of dental practice management experience to her digital and print marketing business to help dental practices grow. Welcome, Christine.
Thank you, Jessica. I'm really excited to be here.
Yay. So it's so cool because Christine and I, well, in her before she started Smile More Marketing, had similar roles in terms of her helping her dentist husband's practice. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's been a fun journey to get to know you and to be able to just share war stories of helping your husband's dental practice. So
For sure. I was going to say the same thing, war stories.
yeah, yeah, usually good, but there are those stories.
Often,
So yes, I was so excited to have you on here today because you offer something that I think it will be the future of dentistry as we move further away from dependence on insurance, especially for those private practice dentists that really want to stay autonomous and really be able to provide quality care to patients. So I want to let you share, what is the membership plan? What does it look, or what can it look like? I know there's a lot of
okay,
different facets, but
sure.
why should dentists know about this?
Okay, great. Well, thanks. So I'll just start from the very beginning of like, what a dental savings plan is in case any of your viewers aren't aware of what it is. So it is a plan that dentists can have within their own practice for their own uninsured patients that they can offer different savings and discounts when the patient enrolls in the plan. So, kind of like a Costco membership or something like that, but of course higher end. A patient can enroll, and we can set up a number of different types of enrollments, and then we can create a plan that's really specific to a particular dental office in terms of what types of discounts they want to offer for preventive, basic, and major services. If they want to include things that traditional insurance doesn't include, like let's say sedation or whitening and other cosmetics, we can add that to a program as well. So it's really individual to what a particular office wants to offer to their uninsured patients. So by signing up, you get a discount on whatever the dentist has designed his plan to be.
Awesome. And I want to say that, so for our practice, Martin Dental, we have always shied away from discounts because
Right.
we want our patients to understand the value of the services provided and to not, nickel and dime everything. If you attract patients that are looking for general discounts, right,
Mhm.
then you're going to have to keep up with that. And that can be really challenging if you want to provide quality dentistry. So we've always shied away from this. I do want to mention that. However, at the same time, with a dental spa and catering to patients with anxiety, there becomes a lot of attraction to a practice like ours, for
Mhm.
example, and to other clients that I work with, that they're wanting services that fall outside of that scope of insurance. So they might need cosmetic work or
Mhm.
want cosmetic work. They might have put off dental care for 10 plus years and now have $5,000, $10,000 worth of work to do. Insurance is going to scratch the surface on that. So
Right.
this is such a great option to have a dental spa or someone that's really wanting to do some higher end dentistry to be able to provide, to really allow patients to feel like they are able to get those services they need. And what I think is beautiful about the statistics on this is that, when you have these membership plans, people actually end up spending more, right? Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah,
That's important.
significantly more. So there's been a number of different studies that have come out through the last few years. And what they have found is that patients, uninsured patients specifically, who are participating in a plan, uh, a dental savings plan, as opposed to those that are not, spend 2 to 3 times more annually in a practice when they know they're getting something of value in return for that membership. So it's a great way, as we have clients come on board. I asked them straight out, I said, who are those patients that you've had for a long time that they've just been sitting on their treatment plan? They haven't moved forward. Finances is an issue. They've got some insurance that's really kind of junk, not helping them out too much. And so a plan like this might be a better alternative for the patient for financial reasons. But then again, it benefits the practice as well, which is so important. And just to touch back on something you said a moment ago, you don't want a nickel and dime. And of course, your practice is a very high end practice. These are the types of practices that these plans work really well for. Patients are savvy. They don't want to go to that new corporate office down the street where they don't know who their dentist is going to be. It's probably someone right out of school. It's kind of as we refer to, butts in the chair. It's all about numbers and as many people in as possible. And to do that, they'll offer really steep discounts. This gives patients an alternative to still get a lot of value from your office and know who they're going to see as the dentist. They know the quality care that you provide. And it's just a great way to kind of, for independent practices to combat against the corporate office that might be moving in next door.
Yeah, and I love, like you said, it is a win-win, right? Your patients are, receiving a discount to be part of your membership, but then you're booking more treatment and you're creating loyalty because this plan only works at your office, right? So,
Correct.
it kind of seals them in, like, oh, like they're committed to being with you for the long term. And unfortunately, loyalty is harder to come by, at this point in time. When we were younger, you just didn't switch. I don't care if you
Right.
hated where you went, you just stayed there. And now people are definitely more fluid. So this
Mhm.
really creates some extra loyalty too.
For sure. Yeah. Aside from the loyalty, it does give you a competitive advantage with other offices. Because if you're an uninsured patient and you have four dentists to choose from, and one offers this great dental savings plan, it's kind of a no brainer, right? To attract new patients. So it's great for existing patients to get them through their treatment plans. But really, with the new patients, it's really a nice draw in communities.
Hmm. And it's great too. Like there might be dentists listening that are like, yeah, this sounds really good. We could probably figure out how to do this. Like it probably isn't that hard, right? And you working for your husband's practice, I mean, that's what you did. You
Right.
developed the plan for his practice, right? That's how your business
Right.
started. But you realized it was a huge undertaking, and so you streamlined it now to be able to provide it to offices where it's just ready to go and so easy to work through. Do you want to talk about some of those growing pains?
Sure. Yeah. So I started the first dental savings plan I want to say about 9 years ago in my husband's practice. And as Jessica mentioned earlier, I was running my husband's practice at the time. So everything else took priority over it. The phone ringing, sending out statements, insurance verification, insurance claim follow up, you name it. And it took me over 9 months to put this plan together to a point that we could actually start offering it to our patients. And I often have dentists, when I'm having my first call with them when they've come on as a client, and they're sharing with me what they want to do for their plan. And when we start running through the numbers and we take a look at fee schedules, individual practice fee schedule, what services they're performing at a new patient visit, 6-month follow up, what's happening the next year, just really from preventive services. And we run these numbers through the models we've created. A lot of times dentists have this epiphany and realize that what they thought was going to be a great plan for their office really wasn't a great plan for their office, and we can come up with something that's better. So that's number one, just kind of the experience that we bring and the tools that we have to help offices really create a plan that makes sense for their practice. That's great. I'm sorry, what was the second half of the question you were talking
No, I was just like, I was just trying to encourage people to utilize your services versus like
about?
developing
Yes.
or trying to develop their own
Oh,
plan. So what
yes,
are
of
the
course. Sorry, I got off track there.
different-
Right. So we can offer a lot of things that just a general dentist office doesn't have access to. So we have plan software that when a patient enrolls online, and we provide an enrollment web page that's secure. Patient enrolls, it goes right into the software system that we provide for the dental practice. And the greatest thing about this is it renews automatically. So whether you have a monthly recurring plan or an annual recurring plan, and we do a lot of annual plans, um, your office team is not going to have to run around the next year after that patient to try to enroll them again in the plan. So we've really built in these extra features that really save your team time in the long run and ensure you have recurring revenue year after year, which is really growing a super asset for your practice. And then we also do some marketing materials. We create custom brochures that are really specific to your plan in your office. We provide your office with a linking button that you can put on your own practice website that links directly to your enrollment webpage. We do all the back end boring PCI compliance things that I wouldn't, for e-commerce that a dental office wouldn't want to do. And then we do a lot of training for your team. We'll do a rollout training. We'll do a training the first time if you're an annual plan, what time when your renewals are coming up, just so you can prepare for that. And then we're here on a day-to-day basis just to help team members whenever they have a question on, how do I refund a patient, or, whatever the question is, we're here to help out with that. So to be able to manage that as professionally within a dental practice, they really just don't have the resources to do it.
Yeah, no, I agree. You've got it really dialed in. We actually, our office just started this in January, and late January actually, and it was so easy to get it all going. Christine did all the, trained our team and how to talk about this with patients, because you can talk about it the wrong way. If you talk about it and say it's insurance, that's not good. We don't want to break any laws. So there are some compliance things there that your team needs to understand to be able to articulate what this is for patients. So there's just a lot of components that I think could or would get missed if not working with a great company like yours. So
Thank you.
yeah. So we started this January 18th in our office. So just like a couple of months ago here, and we have already had 76. I just printed the report this morning, 76 people sign up for this plan. So it's been, super popular. And again,
Yeah.
it's a win-win. So we're not really using it as marketing to get new patients. We're using it for, encouraging patients that don't have great insurance, or that just maybe they have an individual plan and they're paying a lot for it every year and really not getting a lot out of it, to move off of that and join this plan, so that we're not taking a big adjustment from Delta, and they're getting the services they need, and they're not paying any more than they would for the services than they probably are for their plan. So it's just as
Right.
we get more savvy, I think this is, again, like I said, the wave of the future, as it continues.
And I'm really impressed with would you say it was 76
Mhm.
patients who signed up? And it's literally been 2 months.
Yeah.
So you went right out of the gate. You're really confident in presenting it. You saw the value for it, and your patients see the value in it too. So congratulations. That's a really great result.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I don't know what's typical, but I was excited about the number, because it's felt like a lot. But then when I looked at the report, I was like, wow, yeah, it really has been quite a few people. And as people, this is brand new for us too. So I think, like, as offices put this in place, the idea is really that your dependence on insurance becomes less and less and less. So then when you are ready to make that decision, whether you're a PPO provider or whether you're in network with a bunch of, places, and you want to move off of that, you are able to, because now you have people, on a different track that are going to, stay with you and can continue to receive a benefit from that.
Sure. And the way we structured your particular plan, and there's three different ways, kind of in general, that we structure plans. Your plan is interesting because it has a really low enrollment fee, something that's really easy for patients to sign up for. And although that enrollment fee doesn't include anything for free with
Mhm.
it, it actually includes really nice savings for patients on all of the services they get. So I think your plan has a 25% savings, right, on preventive services,
Yep.
and then a 15% savings when we look at basic and major services. So more and more, I've been shifting over to that type of plan because it's just a no-brainer for patients. And we often, and your plan is exactly like this. If a new patient comes in and signs up for the plan, they're going to save money that very first day that they come in the office because their enrollment fee isn't really high. A
Right.
second way that we do plans is to have a little higher enrollment fee. And again, it depends on what your fee schedules are and the services that you perform. If you're really, if you have a strong perio program in your practice, sometimes we'll do a higher enrollment fee where exams and x-rays are included in that enrollment fee, but we'll pull out the pro fee and do a percentage discount That way, as your patients go from prophies to perio maintenance, the plan works and for everyone, and you don't have to switch around and have different plans. And then the third way that we do plans is usually like a higher enrollment fee, but more is included in it. So if the office isn't doing a lot of perio and they're mostly doing prophies, we can create a plan that's once a year, and it includes all exams, all x-rays, and 2 prophies a year, or however many you want to offer to the patients under your plan.
And
So
that might be great for an office that has, maybe their recall isn't great, right? So people aren't booking, they're not coming back in 6 months. So you've kind of already captured that money, if you will. And
yeah,
then the patient doesn't come back. It's like, well, I mean, I that sounds bad, but I'm just saying, like, if you're getting the money on the front end, and then you're that hoping that encourages people to book, but not everybody's great about coming back. So
right. And in those plans, patients know, and it's a really great tool that the office can use, because if they know that patient isn't on the schedule and they're due,
Mhm.
when the office calls to try to appoint that patient, you remind them that they've already invested in this visit, and it's going to be little to no out of pocket for them to come back in. And then more patients are coming back in for their recall, and then the dentist has more of an opportunity to identify if anything's changed with the health of their mouth, and to diagnose anything new coming up. So it's really a benefit for both the patient and the practice, for sure.
Yeah. And the other thing that's great about this is that Christine is not just a rep that, signed up for a membership plan job a year ago and just is selling this, right? Like, this is
Mhm.
your business. You've built this and you've worked in dental for years. You were married to dentistry. So, I just think there's so much value in that because you've lived it and you are still living it. So, you
Yes.
just really know how a practice functions, and there's just so much benefit to a doctor in that.
Oh, thank you.
All right, Christine, anything else you can think of that you want to share before we are done today?
Um, I guess we could just share how to contact me if anyone
Yeah.
is interested in contacting us. So my email address is Christine with a CH, so CHRISTINE at SmileMore.marketing. So it's a dot marketing, not a .com. Some people
Mhm.
get confused with that. So Christine at SmileMore.marketing. And you can also reach us at 312-397-0087. It's my pleasure to do a complimentary consult at any time, a question and answer session for you without making any commitment to becoming a client. So we're here to answer any questions you have.
And then do you have a website that you would refer people to if they just kind of want to look around a
Yeah,
little bit?
absolutely. So it's SmileMore.marketing.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that's
Well,
it.
thank you so much for joining me today, Christine.
Thank
Reach out to her. She is wonderful. So thanks everyone for tuning in. I am Jessica with Martin Management, your patient anxiety expert.